Hi guys, and welcome to a two-part modding uh, video segment. There's going to be two parts. This first video will go over how to add the extra units that I'm using in my Portugal Peninsula campaign at the moment in Napoleon Total War, and the second part will show you how to edit your starting funds in as Portugal in the Peninsula campaign. Now, first of all, I'll just say that I'm not a modder. The only way I've been able to do this is by literally just reading online on the Total War Center site, using the basic programs on there, and talking to people like Hustler, TW, who I can't thank enough for all of his help through this. He's been very helpful. So I really, guys, if you ask me loads of questions, sort of specifics of how it works, I'm not going to be able to tell you because I don't know myself. I'm literally following what I've read and how I've understood how that works. Now, first of all, I should say you're going to need the Napoleon Total Factions mod if you want to play as Portugal in the Peninsula campaign. You're also going to have to own the Peninsula campaign DLC if you want to play it as Portugal. Now, the DLC you can download from Steam, and Napoleon Total Factions you can, if you follow it, click on this link. There'll be a link in the description saying Napoleon Total Factions. You download that and install, I think it's 3.3 we're on now version, or it's 3.0 and above, whatever. You just download the latest version, and in that you will follow the instructions, install it, and you'll get the option to play it as Portugal in the Peninsula. Now, if you guys want to use the extra units that I'm using, you'll then need to click a link that you'll see in the description entitled Portugal Extra Unit Pack, which is this zip file here. If for some reason I'm putting the link in so that it basically links directly to this download, so when you click the link in the description it should just come up with this window saying file download. If it links to this page that you see right in front of you now, you need to look for post 172 by Hustler TW and look for his attached files bit at the bottom of his post. You left click on the Portugal zip, and then you save it to your desktop or wherever you want to save it. Now you're going to need an extracting program for this. I'm using WinRAR, which is free, and a link to download that will also be in the description. So once you've downloaded that, close that, sorry, you'll come to your desktop. This is the Portugal file zip with the extra units in that you've downloaded, and that's it basically. From that you right click on it and extract here. That extracts these two files, Portugal and Portugal_lock. Then all you need to do is select them both, right click, copy, open up my computer, go local disk, program files, scroll all the way down until you find Steam. Then in Steam, open Steam Apps, Common, Napoleon Total War, Data, and that's all you need to go. As you can see in mine, I've got Portugal and Portugal_lock in here. To add those two files that we just copied off the desktop or whichever folder you've saved them to, you just right click, paste. Those two files are now in there. Now, to get the game running with the new units, all you have to do is go to your Napoleon Total Factions icon, double click it, select Peninsula, single player or multiplayer, whatever you want to do. I don't mind, but I always do single player. Now you have the two boxes that pop up here. One is the command prompt and one is the notepad script file, which basically tells the game which data packs to use, which modification packs to use. So the basic one, if you want to use the faction unlock mod, is mod space ntf dot pack. Well, I normally put those in speech marks as well, as it says. And then after that, to get it to run the new extra unit pack for Portugal, you need to put in mod portugal.pack. And that's all you have to do, guys. And then from there you just go file, save. You would then close this window. The command script will then say file found, copying 11111. It will find about 5 of those, and then the game will load up. For the purpose of this, I don't want to load up the game, so I'm just going to close the command prompt. But you guys would just click file, save the notepad file, and then close the notepad file. You wouldn't touch the command prompt. The command prompt will then load up the game. So once you've done that, your game is good to go. So you now have the extra units in there. Now, for those of you who are thinking, oh, so these are the exact units I have. They are exactly the same units I have. However, after looking at them in game, I saw that their recruitment costs and upkeep costs were pretty low for the actual troops they are. I mean, some of them are elite guard units, and they have the same recruitment costs as standard line infantry. And I wanted to have sort of a realistic challenge, so I then went to this tab, to download the pack file manager. Now guys, this is optional right now. For those of you that just wanted to add the extra units in, you didn't want to mess around with how much they cost, the recruitment stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's worked for you. Comment, rate and subscribe. Now, the optional bit of this video for you guys that want to change yours to how I have mine, you will go to this link. If you look in the description, there will be a link saying pack file manager. You click on that, it will bring you to this page. You scroll down on that page on the first post and hit the download button. Again, you'll need WinRAR, the zip extractor, or whatever extracting program you use. I've just saved it to my desktop. And actually, I saved mine into my games folder here. And you get a folder called PFM_NTW. But that will be in a zip folder. But once you've extracted it, that's the folder you get. PFM_NTW, and in there, once you open that folder, you'll have this. The shortcut you need for the actual application is this bit here, Pack File Manager. So you just double click it, and it opens up here. So this is how to edit the recruitment costs of those new units. So you go File, Open, and you guys will probably have noticed that the Portugal unit pack is a .pack file. Pack file manager makes sense, doesn't it? So mine opens up automatically into my Napoleon Total War data folder. If yours doesn't load up there, then you just need to go to Computer, Local Disk, Program Files, scroll all the way down, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Napoleon Total War, Data. Now once you're in here, you would find your Portugal folder. You don't need to touch Portugal_lock. You don't ever need to touch that one. You just need to hit Portugal and then open. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to open Portugal 2, which is my modded pack file, which is the one I use in my campaign, which has the new recruitment costs. So I'm just going to open up that one to show you the where the costs and changes are. So if you want that to then run with the new modded one, because I didn't save over the original just in case something went wrong and I didn't want to have to download it again. Obviously it doesn't matter because it takes a matter of seconds to download, but just for simplicity of ease and things like that, just to keep it easy and to have a backup file, I named my new pack file 2, Portugal 2. So if you want that new one to run in your Napoleon Total Factions user script notepad file, you put in mod ntf.pack, and then under that you put in mod portugal2.pack, or whatever you rename your new pack to. So I'm going to open that. I just click open and it opens here. Click the arrow, click database, and then we want I think it's unit tables, and then port_units. Yep, that's the one we want. So we want unit tables, port_units. And here we are. Here are the new units that were added in: Portugal Elite Infantry, Portugal Guards, Portugal Heavy Dragoons. Although you can probably rename that to Heavy, because obviously that's about heavy. It was a spelling mistake. Don't worry about that. You can change that if you want. Portugal Hussars, Portugal Lancers, Portugal Light Dragoons, Portugal Light Infantry, Portugal Local Elite, Portugal National Guard, Portugal Revolutionaires. So you don't need to worry about any of this stuff until you scroll over to here, cost and upkeep, and then you basically just change those as you want. Double click, delete, put it to what you want, enter, it goes down to the next value, and you just go File, Save As, and then you just save as Portugal, and I'm going to name this 3, okay? And it saves as a pack file. You just hit save. That's all you have to do. This is now Portugal 3.pack. You just click the arrow by DB for database, the arrow by unit_table, select Portugal units, and then you scroll along until you come to cost and upkeep. Don't change the ones for early and late cost. Don't need to worry about that. Just cost and upkeep. You then file, save as, rename it as what you want it to be, and you now have your new pack. Which, if we go to the data folder again, we can see Portugal 3 is there. So I'll just show you, once that's all done, you go to Napoleon Total Factions, Peninsula, Single Player, we put in mod ntf.pack, underneath that we put mod Portugal 2 or Portugal 3, depending on whatever you've called yours, or if you're the standard user still watching through, just wanted to see what was going on, just Portugal.pack. Then just put file, save, close this, and it will run up. And that's how I've done it, guys. That's all I've done. I haven't done anything else that's fancy. Credit to Hustler TW for giving me the extra unit pack, and all of you that will be downloading it and trying it out. If you do have any problems, comment below and I will try my best to answer them, but as I've said, I'm not a modder. I've just done this by reading what I could find out online. So I hope you've enjoyed. There'll be another video up shortly as well, which will show you how to edit your starting funds in the campaign game. It will be quite short because there's not a lot to do with that one. I hope you've enjoyed. Comment, rate and subscribe, guys.